Maybe many of you have ever heard the bad news of Phi Nhung singer's death. Even me, I couldn't believe that was true. Phi Nhung is one of the most famous singers of Vietnam and overseas communities. Her voice was not only beloved by special rustic cats to it, but its sweetie and purity as well. She's well known with romantic and classical music that deeply connected to 70s, 80s, and 90s generations. She's part of my childhood, and her name has engraved in many Vietnamese people's hearts. The countryside music singer was contracted COVID-19 with unclear shocks when she was working for charitable services. She had admitted to 115 hospital for the primary treatment. When her condition got worse, she was transferred to Charay Hospital for more intensive treatment. She had been struggling to fight against COVID-19 virus infection for months. Finally, the 51-year-old singer ended her last breath at noontime on 28 September. Even doctors had treated her with all their hearts in modern technology. So, what was the cause of her death? Firstly, she hadn't been vaccinated before. COVID vaccine is well known as an effective weapon to fight against SARS-CoV-2 infection. COVID vaccine stimulates your immune system to produce specific antibody to fight and kill COVID viruses. Secondly, her immune system was working improperly to be able to tackle COVID infection. As you might know, 70 to 80% healthy people can overcome COVID infection without specific treatment. Most severe cases happened in elderly people or underlying conditioned people. The next cause, and maybe was the main reason leading to her death, cytokine storm. Cytokine storm severely damaged some of vital organs in the body and leading to multiple organs failure, results to death. What is cytokine storm? Cytokine storm or hypercytokinemia is a life-threatening condition that not only occurs in COVID-19 infection, but some other diseases as bacterial infection, autoimmune inflammation. They are also associated with non-infectious diseases such as multiple sclerosis and pancreatitis. The severe inflammatory diseases can be fatal due to an overreaction of body's immune system. Cytokines are small proteins released by many different cells in the body, including those of the immune system, where they coordinate the body's response against infection and trigger inflammation. The name cytokine is derived from the Greek words for cell and movement. When the SARS-CoV-2 enters the lungs, it triggers the immune response to release many different types of chemicals, including cytokine, for attracting immune cells coming to the region to attack the virus, resulting in localized inflammatory reaction. Commonly, these reactions bring the benefit, but some bring the adverse effect, even fatality. When excessive or uncontrolled levels of cytokines are released, which then activate more and more immune cells to come to target organs, resulting in hyperinflammation. This procedure tends to harm the target organs rather than healing them. Cytokine storms might explain why some people have a severe reaction to coronavirus, while others only experience mild symptoms. It could also be the reason why younger people are less affected, especially in children, as their immune system are less developed and so produce low levels of inflammation driving cytokines. To be easier to understand that in this case your immune system tried to kill the enemies but coincidentally damaged to the innocent local citizens. So, the severe inflammation of the lungs tissue leading to acute respiratory distress syndrome is the worst complication of pneumonia. Later on, the lungs become stiffness and lost elasticity, or even partial or total necrosis, and resulting in oxygen circulation impaired. When the air circulatory functioning of the lung is lost, it can affect the rest of other vital organs, as heart, kidney, liver, brain, and the last consequence is multiple organs failure. In spite of the intensive treatment, Phi Nhung couldn't make it. She was trapped in the vicious circle illness, and the death had come to her. Even she underwent ECMO, extracorporeal membrane oxygenation, and hemodialysis. ING will be praying for her to be rest in peace. She has passed away, but her voice and her soul will be staying forever, and people will tell about her story as a good memory.
And this is all I know.